Alrighty, I hope everybody's doing well. I know it took a little extra time to get a video going, but here we are. So these are some of my breeders. Actually, it's a breeder male and 3 younger generation females of my black Moscow line. And you can see like a little bit of blue, but really don't know if that's just how it is or if it's the overhead LED lights, because sometimes they have a blue one and a red one in the light array as well, because when the Chinese make them, it's, I guess, cheaper to just use a white and a red once in a while instead of just all, or excuse me, a blue and a red instead of all white. But I could be wrong. Could be for a color spectrum, who knows. But it's a super nice male. Now, it's not a full black, it's one of my black Moscows, and I've had this line for about 15 years, and I sell some once in a while. Not at this size, because this is it's too big. What'll happen is will live in your tanks for a while, a couple of months, few months, 6 months. You'll get a drop or two of fry, and then that'll be it. So anyway, so that's kind of what the breeder. It's actually a quadrio. It's 3 females and 1 male. So I go with the younger females and a fully formed older male to try to get all the right traits going to the next generation. So some people don't do that, some go brother to sister, but I find skipping a generation, I just do a little bit better with them. So anyway, that's kind of the plan. So what do you call a bear with no teeth? A gummy bear. A gummy bear. How cool is that? I have a thing that does rim shots and booze and stuff like that. It's just what my videos needed. Alright, now it's terrible. And this is a breeder group of full blacks. And I'll try to focus in on the male so you can actually see them. And I don't really see any white underneath. And they do have, the males have larger pec fins. Almost like a Dumbo here, pec fin. Now the females look basically the same, although they might have bigger pec fins. I've never really checked. These are a little bit older than the other black Moscows I showed, so I really can't compare them to see, but I think the females have a little bit larger pec fins, which probably gets passed on to the male. So like I said, this one breeder group. So I keep these groups in a 5.5 gallon tank. They're just in a show type photo tank for the video because it's easier to see them. And if I put them in a bigger tank, they zip all over the place and we'll never actually get to see them as close up as you can in this tank. So the dorsals are a little bit bigger, I guess, than some of the regular black Moscows on the females, and that probably passes on to the males. That one's got a smaller one, and I try to put one of each in type of dorsal because I don't know if it makes a difference. So since I don't want to screw up the line, I originally got these from ATFG about probably 2 years ago, and I'm just very happy with them, and I really can't replace them because he stopped selling fish, as I mentioned in prior videos. And the other breeders from Asia that I bought from in the last 1.5 years, I don't really like the fish. They either don't breed true, they don't breed at all, or they just don't look like the pictures. And I also sent older fish than I wanted, which means you only get a few shots out of breeding them before you get nothing because they crap out. So these are mine. This is a 3rd generation actually of the full blacks, and you can see I haven't lost the color, the overall amount of color, decent dorsal, and this tail was nipped a couple of times, so it is kind of growing back, but that's why the tail edge is uneven. But it's a beautiful tail, nice and long, wide. So very, very happy with these. So that's what's going on with that. And the other thing I will have, probably in a few weeks, these will be ready to go. I gotta make sure the tail edges of the males fills out, and they kind of were nipped a little bit. These are black Moscows, my line, and like I said, I just want to make sure the tail edge fills out some more. And what I do when I kind of treat for that is I use, I think it's Vitachem, and also the other crapola, Melifix. A lot of people say Melifix doesn't work, but I found for repairing fins, it does. As long as it's not genetic, and this isn't genetic because I know they were nipped. So these will be for sale in a couple of weeks, and they'll probably be $70 a trio. I only have a few, and if you want to reserve them, you can send me an email, and you should be able to get a good enough view of what will be available from here. So anyway, that's that. So I like these a lot. One of my favorite lines, even though it's just a black fish, but they absolutely look really good, fantastic, even though it's just really no color, just black. So apparently something was going on my street. All the neighbors got together to discuss the crazy neighbor, and oddly I wasn't invited. So I'm not sure what that means. I think they're trying to tell me something. So that's not too terrible. There we go. Oh, how cool is that? I know, that's terrible. Jokes are awful. But those people liked it. And these will be available in a couple of weeks. These are the newer Pingus I got from Asia. They have better yellow in the tail and dorsal, the males. They still get the dark blue color in the head area. And I'll have a few of these available, a couple of trios only, and they'll probably be $70 a trio. Unless I put them on aquabid, then they'll be $75 a trio to start, plus shipping. So you get a chance to save on priority, or whatever it's called now. Who the heck knows what they're calling it. So these need a couple of more weeks, because you can kind of see the males are ready, but the females need some more time. They're a little small. So I'll just have a few trios, and I just wanted to show them, because it seems to kind of work better to mention it in a video than for me to really try to find a new hosting site and get back on aquabid. I just have the food on aquabid, and the food is also on the other joint, eBay. So anyway, so that'll do it. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll have another one up fairly soon. It won't be as bad. I got less crap going on. I think I mentioned about the last video that there was a really bad storm here, and I lost a couple of very top pieces of siding on the side of the house. Not technically the siding, but the flashing, I guess it's called, that dresses it up. And I've called 4 handymen. No response from 3 of them. The 4th one corresponded, said he'd be out here Friday afternoon or Saturday morning. So I hung around all day, didn't do anything, putzed around with the fish, and he never showed up. And then around 8 p.m. he said he's really sorry, he got busy, can we reschedule? So I didn't answer because it pissed me off. I don't like being stood up, and I figure if you're going to stand me up just to look at the job, you're not going to show up to do it, or you're not going to do a good job. But that's my opinion, because I'm old, and I feel like your word should be worth something, and apparently it isn't anymore for a lot of people. Anyway, that's the Pingus, and once again, that's the black Moscow of my line, and this is the full blacks, or as I like to say, full blacks. So anyway, that's the video. Hope you appreciate it. If you have any questions, just send me an email, and or put it in the comments. I will put my email address in the video description. And I appreciate you watching, and hope everybody has a great day.